the Cavs, again, have their first-round pick thanks to the old Brooklyn Nets trade. Not quite as high as they'd hoped it was going to be, but it's still going to be a lottery pick.
Hilarious. A little bit of a troll there from the Celtics at the fact that the Brooklyn pick is going to be so much lower than people thought it was. But
I don't know if that's a troll, but okay.
A little bit. Good on the Nets for ending up being way better than anyone thought they would. But they need a guard. They need someone who's going to electrify the team if LeBron leaves. We're projecting with these lineups that LeBron is going to stay, but if he leaves, they need someone to build around. I think they're going to be really high on Mo Bamba because I think they're going to look at Tristan Thompson if LeBron leaves and be like, why are we keeping you? Why are you still here? Please go away. I really don't want a lot of you. I think Mo Bamba will end up being one of their top targets in the draft this year. The real question for him is he going to be on the board for them when they pick it either probably 6, 7, or 8? I like where they're going to go in terms of kind of a direction as an overall team. They got to get better defensively down low. And also, an underrated part of Mo Bamba's game, he can shoot way better than I think people realize. Texas used him as a pure center. But if you watch his workout videos, you watch his training videos, you watch a lot of the games.
Don't fall for those.
If you watch his games when he plays pickup with Chris Brinkley and the likes of a lot of the pickup games that he brings together with LeBron and Paul George and James Harden and Chris Paul and the like, Mo Bamba has a jump shot. I'm not even just talking like an elbow jumper, Gorgie Jang style. I'm talking a real jumper, like three-point jumper, jumper from 20 feet. Like, the kid can shoot. And if you look at that lineup, George Hill, J.R. Smith, LeBron, Kevin Love, and Mo Bamba, that's a really fun lineup that you can do a lot of versatile things with down low. I also think it would reignite Kevin Love's career a little bit.
Just be a little bit careful when you're just only watching the tapes and the workouts. Because that's how you end up with Darko Milicic going number 2 overall.
It is. But Mo Bamba is just, he also brings you so much on the defensive side of the ball. I know people are going to say, oh, he needs to bulk up, this and that.
He does.
He does.
He's slender.
But I think he can perform at a high level in the NBA without doing so.
I do love the comp of Nerlens Noel, who has not had a great couple of years,
but
the upside was
that was just due to a very crazy NBA career. Coming in off of the knee injury, the 76ers drafting so many centers around him not getting proper playing time, and then getting traded to the Mavs, and the Mavs using him weirdly, and then him getting hurt, and not taking he's just had an awful NBA career. Mo Bamba would be Nerlens Noel without the drama, and that's a big thing. I think Mo Bamba's going to be a really good player in the NBA. He's going to be what Nerlens Noel should have been.
All right, you see the guards there with the Georgia lineup. George Hill still the starting point guard. Let's get that maybe a different guy here. How about Collin Sexton out of Alabama?
Absolutely love this. Look, they not only need someone who can come in and play at a high level, they need someone who can electrify the stadium that isn't LeBron James and who can bring another element to the basketball court. Collin Sexton is that guy. He is going to blow people away in the NBA. I'm talking just his explosiveness, his on-court attitude, his competitiveness. This is a dude that constantly wants to bite your head off when he's on the court. I say
Eric do that though.
Obviously, but I think he's an Eric Bledsoe kind of player who every single night he is going to lay it all out there on the court. He's a fantastic fit for what the Cavs need in their point guard. They need him to be a better shooter, which is why I think if they draft him, he's not going to start day one. He could back up someone like a George Hill, which isn't the worst thing. And also, I think Collin Sexton, his overall kind of play style, very similar to George Hill, but not necessarily with the intensity. Obviously, George Hill's not nearly as intense of a person as Collin Sexton is.
I want to see better three-point shooting.
I do
That's
as well.
the big concern for me. If he can become an Eric Bledsoe, I thought Bledsoe would have been a great fit with the Cavs if they could have found a way to trade him for Kyrie Irving. Of course, that ended up not working out, but I am okay with a guard selection here, so I think you could always have another ball distributor, a guy that can actually handle the ball when LeBron does need a breather there, assuming he stays, of course. But I really like this next guy you've got mocked down. I really like
For me, this is the pick. Unless he goes to the Knicks, and it really depends on
if he's on the board.
Yeah, it depends on really where the Cavs pick. But Trae Young for me is the perfect Cleveland Cavalier.
I think it's a perfect fit with LeBron James.
And also, do you know what it gives the Cavs?
Shooting.
Relevancy. If LeBron James leaves, the Cavs are all of a sudden a roster of George Hills and J.R. Smiths and Tristan Thompsons and Kyle Korver.
And it's what I thought the Pacers were going to be.
All of a sudden, you bring in Trae Young. Now your franchise is relevant all over again. Whether or not Trae Young is going to be the player people think he is the biggest name player coming out of college this year. He's a bigger name than DeAndre Ayton or Marvin Bagley. More people know who Trae Young is, just purely based off of the amount that ESPN pushed him down our throats this year. But Trae Young is a perfect 2018 NBA player because there's going to be games where you see a highlight pop up here on Chat Sports when we show his highlights next year where he's launching up 14 threes a game and hitting 11 of them or something. And he's all of a sudden dropped 41 points off 11 threes. And you see all those Instagram graphics. Is Trae Young the next Steph Curry? He's not, but Trae Young will keep the Cavs relevant. And if they're able to keep LeBron James along with having Trae Young, then all of a sudden you just have a really fun team to build around with LeBron. Trae Young is one of the perfect players that you could match up with LeBron James. A ball handler, a three-point shooter, someone who can catch and shoot and also make their own shot off the dribble. If you watched the Cam show yesterday, we showed you what the perfect LeBron teammate is. Trae Young has about 4 of those 5 qualities. I'm a little bit worried about his overall durability in the NBA, and I'm also worried about his defense, but I think Trae Young as an overall offensive player is going to be a perfect fit for the Cavs.
All right, to recap those draft targets for the Cavs, Mo Bamba, Collin Sexton, and Trae Young, with, as we mentioned, Trae Young really being the ideal fit for the Cavs with LeBron James.
Yes, ideal fit. Look, I like Trae Young. I think he's going to be a fun NBA player. The real point for him is he going to be able to keep up with a full NBA season, and can he play defense? Because like Oklahoma's football team, their basketball team did not play defense, and Trae Young was a big part of that.
It's the Jimmer Fredette, Steph Curry debate.
Yes, exactly.
Curry learned to do more than just shoot. Can Trae Young do the same so he doesn't become Jimmer?
Trae Young could end up being one of the greatest Chinese league basketball players of all time, just like Jimmer Fredette did. At the same time, you want Trae Young to end up being one of the best NBA players, not China league guys.